waypoint thing up there. There's a fast travel. You already have this. Yeah. Is there a way I can, like, if I go to main menu and then log back in, will it put me at a fast travel point? Let's try it out. Let me see if this works. I didn't realize that, so I guess that there's 2 points that I've got in the restricted area, and that one, the other one is much closer than where we are now. Let me try, like, just zoning out and back in and seeing if I could do it. It says Foundation at the top left. That's my active quest tracker.
Dark, quiet, trans-dimensional. This place really suits Ahti. So that etching is the door.
Reminds me of The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
She didn't even finish talking before the loading screen. My immersion is ruined. Okay.
No time for sightseeing. The board said this was an emergency.
Research Site Gamma.
Looks like no one's been down here in a while.
What the heck? There's like crystals or something growing out of the wall?
The crystals are kind of pretty. Emily would be having a field day down here.
My life's been a strange one. Certainly stranger than I'd like. But this place, it's something else. The floors crawl, the walls slither. It's a shifting pit. On the street, it's just another drab building standing there for anyone to see. No one does. How do we miss it? Northmore. Acting director of Northmore now is on a train from Washington. He'll expect answers, which is why I'm making these tapes. They're evidence that I'm at least trying to understand. Father searched his entire life for something, and we find it 1 week after he always hated irony. Of course.
Michael, you beat my father? No, I've got my hands full enough already, sorry.
Would have been the first man in. His bookworm son, the supposed head of research who can't stop his legs shaking long enough to step over the threshold.
Okay.
The Foundation. Bottom of the oldest hell. Stop the hiss.
Marshall? How was she on the hotline? Unless she's dead. Jesus. She seemed like the kind of woman who could survive anything.
Whoa! I knew it.
This found their way down here too, huh?
It was like, it was invulnerable for a second, and then it went hostile. Research Site Delta. Personal mods full. Let's see. Pushing back the hiss. The director's work is never done. Oh, the rocks won't let go of my loot. You should upgrade that first person hull mod. What is it? Energy recovery. You and your logic. There. Cave paintings. Let's see. Cave paintings. At first I thought the cave paintings in the Foundation chronicled ancient human encounters with natural occurrences like weather. But it soon became clear they depicted events far outside the average human experience. Also, it seems I was wrong to assume the images are ancient. Radiocarbon dating suggests something impossible, that I've been down here longer than the paintings. That's absurd, though. The style and medium clearly indicate a Paleolithic origin. I was ready to conclude that an ancient community of humans lived in or around the oldest house. Now, with this information, I don't know what to think. Is one of our agents drawing these, or is there someone down here with us? The place has a habit of skewing my results, so perhaps the data is corrupted, or perhaps some paintings were created at different times. The art does seem to chronicle not only the past, but also the present and possibly even the future. I see in them echoes of the board, some linear architecture, even what could be interpreted as a director. Are the paintings telling a story that's being written? If so, who is writing it? Blessed organization. This group/individual has operated outside of the Bureau's notice for decades, perhaps longer, displaying a level of skill and caution rarely seen in paracriminal groups. A review of past cases has found various mentions of their activity over the years. In 2016, a production company called Blessed Pictures was connected to an altered item case as well as the death of an agent from exposure to illicit paranatural materials. In 1994, a Los Angeles-based public speaker named Chester Bless was involved in the illegal use of an altered item. In 1980, a business called Blessed Repair and Service was suspected of involvement with an object of power case, perhaps even creating it. None of these businesses or individuals have ever been located. However, their connection to appearances of altered items and objects of power is too direct to be considered circumstantial. An arrest order has been issued for any persons believed to be involved with the Blessed organization. Got more stuff to read, we'll do that later. Whoa! Shh. Yo, they spawned right in my face.
Hiss are using pickaxes now.
Yeah, kind of is. Relocation order. I got the game for free. Do you recommend it? This game? Yeah, I've been enjoying it. It is weird. Beware of dangerous toxic geysers. Foundation accident. Hiss Sharpened, new monster type. Hiss Sharpened agents display the peri-utilitarian ability to rapidly move short distance. This ability is unique in the fact that it's not associated with any known object of power. However, we should not discount the possibility that this ability is an object variation. For example, abrupt physical relocation could potentially be a variant of the jukebox effect. I never did the jukebox. I'll need to go back and do that. Other explanations of the Hiss Sharpened ability currently include momentary time manipulation, brief increase in physical speed, inhibiting the witness's sense of sight. If we do accept that Hiss Sharpened's ability is not connected to a known object of power, then the Hiss are either manifesting unique paranatural abilities or there are objects in this house that we aren't aware of. Either way, the Hiss are continuing to develop new strains of corruption, and that is cause for concern. Refer to file blank for a full report. Cauldron Lake update. To Chief Investigator Dennis! It happened again. Third time this year. Something certainly has it out for our blank. Could be raccoons. The locals certainly complain about them enough, but why the hell would raccoons keep going after a monitoring station? Doesn't add up. Anyway, I've got a bureau tech going to the site next week to take a look. Next on the list is recurring problems is the staff of the Lake House Research Station. How am I supposed to effectively keep an eye on blank lake if they won't let me see any data? Hell, I don't even know what they're researching out there. We need to petition them again to share their info with the investigations agents. It's only a matter of time before this blank hits again, and I want to be prepared. Anyway, if anyone at HQ asks why the Bright Falls report is a little thin this month, tell them it's because we couldn't take any readings. In the meantime, I might invest in some raccoon traps. So can I break through this? The map shows that this is a passageway. Nope, that is solid.
The astral plane is cutting into our dimension.
Oh, that's not good.
What if this happens in the upper floors? It'll destroy the bureau.
Hiss with guns. Astral copy. Oh my goodness. With the astral plane now physically accessible, a torrent of new information has been collected on the entities known as astral copies. The copies' bodies are composed of a dense stone-like material that is both resilient under controlled circumstances and brittle when struck with significant force. Whether the astral copies possess individual consciousness or are directed by a higher intelligence such as the board remains unknown. However, their shared aggression seems to indicate a unified goal. Director Faden's encounter with these entities when binding objects of power in the astral plane indicate they serve as live targets for potential peri-utilitarians to practice on. Some have been equipped with Bureau weaponry, though it seems unlikely they were armed by our personnel. It is important to note they appear immune to Hiss corruption. So those weren't Hiss? Those were like the practice statues? So those things were like the statues I fought or when I first got my powers.
I wish I'd brought Emily with me.
Who's
I could
Emily?
really use my head of research right about now.
Marshall? Marshall! You're alive! Wait! It's Jesse! The director!
This isn't good. We're following the shadow of someone who's supposed to be dead, chat. I don't think I've ever seen that work out.
Whoa. This place is huge.
Crossroads.
Marshall? Can you hear me?
She was on the hotline, so that person couldn't have been Marshall, right? One problem here. Let's see what's going on with that pillar first.
Okay. Melee health boost.
It's been 5 days since we first entered the building. Traversing the interior is dangerous due to the shifting, but we did manage to find a lower cavern that seems structurally predictable. which is a scientific way of saying its walls won't crush us in our sleep. Northmore even made a discovery. A pistol placed on a stone pedestal in front of that strange ebony pillar. Seems like something out of a storybook, except the heroes usually find swords, not handguns. But it is the perfect lure for someone like him. Hours after finding this weapon, Northmore cornered me to spout some nonsense about how the board had made him the director. He ran it about the title being meaningless before now, calling Father and all other previous directors shams, frauds, and worse. I think this place is worse for Northmore than it is for me.
I think Northmore was the director.
Strangest thing? There was no pedestal in front of that pillar a day ago.
I wonder if he was the first one to bind the gun.
This building has swallowed a dozen of my men, and now it's handing out presents? Is it playing some sort of game? If it is, we're most certainly losing. Hell, we don't even know the rules.
It's pretty deep. Nail door monolith is hurt. Touch revere it to enter. Repair the nail link to prevent astral consumption collision. This is the director's duty / plot. Authorized for a single new tool / upgrade. Use it to save the Foundation / us / Bureau. Explore the astral plane challenge. Left self or right weapon, only one is permitted. Which will you choose become?
So I can only choose one? I thought I was done with these tests.
Left self or right weapon? So this one has crystal powers. And this one can shoot through the crystals. Well, I like having the magic. Left self can shape, manipulate. Right will fracture, undo. I'm guessing both will open up different opportunities. And I like not being dependent on the weapon. We are tweaking, cultivating the ability U. How do I use it? You should feel honored / handled. Honored / handled. What if I hit that button again? Oh. Oh, I didn't even pick up on that. It's using the same key as the telekinesis thing. It just behaves differently when you mouse over these. The people who made this game are very good. I liked Alan Wake even more than this one. I definitely want to play... Like, when I first started playing this... Wait, dismantle, loosen the 4 locks, keys, MacGuffins. When I started playing this, I was going into a blind, and, you know, I didn't know anything, but... Now I'm, like, super pumped to try the other games. Ah, shoot. No. Gosh. Okay, I thought I was supposed to do more there. Oh, it's a trap. How does Mike choose the next game he plays? There's a thing on our channel that is on our Discord called Game Recommendations, and I pick from the stuff people have put in there. This is a cool power, but they have to be positioned perfectly. It's like very circumstantial. Like, this is almost Boon Thief. Alright, new power acquired. Is this a DLC? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I believe it's called Foundation.
Okay, let's review. This broken pillar is called the Nail. It was broken by something, and now the astral plane is bleeding into the Foundation, which will destroy the oldest house, the Bureau, and everyone inside. I need to find 4 locks, or keys, or whatever, to stop that from happening. But I'm the director. I've handled worse. This should be simple-ish. You with me?
That area, like with the pillars, it was like Audie's vacation spot. Reach the warehouse path, reach the base camp. Alright, are you saying this is not Guild Wars 2 Harbinger's beta character? Yeah. Yeah, this is Pistol 2. And it's going to be that powerful. Alright, cool. Awesome. Alright, chat.